Jake Paul showed up to the Anthony Joshua press conference looking like a completely different person. His transformation was so striking that Joe Rogan has already reacted to it. This is easily the heaviest, most muscular, and most physically imposing version of Jake Paul we've ever seen, especially on Netflix.
On Netflix. Against the man who dares to dream bigger than them all, the one and only Jake Paul.
My brother is fighting Anthony Joshua. The experience difference, Anthony Joshua is a former heavyweight champion who's knocked out heavyweight champions. Quite the undertaking for Jake. What do you think is going to happen?
Expedition.
Oh, they're going to go on an expedition.
Is that a thing?
Exhibition.
Exhibition.
I want him to cut me up. I want him to break my face. But guess what? He's going to have to kill me to stop me. And I'm ready to die. Seriously ready to die.
I'm going to break his face. I'm going to break his body up. I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality. And I know what's in my heart. I know what's in my mind. And I'm here to compete.
Are you still being trained by Ben Davison, Lee Wiley? Will Ben be in your corner on the 19th of December?
So no, I won't be trained by Ben Davison. I said that London's a bit distracting for me. So I was invited to train with Team Usyk. So I've been in Spain. We've been doing some good training out in Spain. And I think he's one of the best in the world. Not I think, he is one of the best in the world. And it's not all down to him, it's also down to his team that's around him. So I linked up with them and getting an insight to how someone who's achieved so much has been phenomenal, man. It's been a great experience and it's very challenging.
Wow, I did not know that. So who will be your head trainer on the night?
Igor.
Okay, and how long have you been with them?
A couple months now.
Couple months?
Yeah.
In the darkness, in secret?
No, it's not a secret.
Are you sparring with Usyk?
No, I don't spar with Usyk. Usyk's, he's training somewhere else at the minute, but he's been in camp, but he's in and out of camp.
Okay.
So right now he's training somewhere else.
Jake, what do you make of these changes? This is some breaking news.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. I mean, obviously, he's training with the best in the world. He is one of the best heavyweights in the world. We expect nothing less. It's great. And I want the best version of Anthony Joshua on December 19th. And it's going to be the best version of Jake Paul that you've seen. And we'll see.
With the AJ fight only a few weeks away, the timing of all this couldn't be more dramatic. Rogan quickly noted that Jake Paul is taking this matchup far more seriously than anyone expected. He's not just putting on a little weight, Jake is bulking like a true heavyweight. His shoulders look broader, his traps are standing out. His whole frame appears naturally thicker. And he's carrying himself like a man who knows he's about to face one of the most dangerous punchers of the modern era.
And he beat him convincingly.
Yes.
And that's all he can do. And I think that he should take the praise from that and build from it, but he shouldn't want the criticism to stop, because I think it fuels him.
I'm one with you, and I said that to Joshua in one of the interviews that I'd done with him. I said to him, listen, like I knew he was very angry with TalkSport and the criticism he was getting from TalkSport, etc. And I had that conversation with him and said, listen, Josh, you should be feeding off that. That's what good fighters do. You feed off that. Go and prove them wrong. Like, that's where your fuel should be coming from. And, I think to a certain extent, he's sort of done that. I said, look, you're like, if people are talking about you, it's a good thing, because that means that, you're...
Again, that's a problem. We did everything right.
Everything right in preparation.
In preparation, we did everything right. Like when I fought CB, I went back, I could make a whole list of what I did wrong, but I could have done better. But here, we were very disciplined. We did everything and everybody was professional. You can't say this person did this wrong. This should be like this. It should be like that.
That he has a lot of talent and not to get discouraged. He only loses when he quits. When you quit, all the doors, the opportunities close. You know what I mean? You have to be game, and then don't get discouraged if you lose. Listen, you just lost, man got $30 million. You should give Usyk a kiss. Say, can we do this again? Don't let this internalize you. Oh, I can't fight now. This white boy kicked my ass. People are laughing at me. No, he kicked my ass for $50 million or $30 million. I hope he kicks my ass again, but this time it might not work out that way. I'm gonna kick his ass. I just think the more time you lay off, the worse you get. You have to fight to be the best. You have to do it more and more and more.
He wasn't ready for Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua was a different thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just, he's got more one-shot knockout
it was
power.
Bad game
He took it
plan
more
as well,
seriously
though.
too.
I know he likes the switching, but again, like this is where the boxing is. If you don't have that kind of intellect in the boxing, that footwork and foot positioning is, put your foot on one side, you're gonna get killed. You put your foot on the other side, you're safe. You can kind of manage the power and see the punches coming. But he kept switching stances by just leaving himself in just the wrong positions.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Wasn't ready. There was a lot of hype off the Fury fight.
Also, Joshua got to watch him box in the Fury fight and see some patterns. Fury, I think, probably took him lightly.
Yes, I think so.
He's one of the greatest of all time. This guy's never had a boxing match. At the beginning of the fight, he's like, time to go.
Paul is training like he's preparing for war. But with his new size comes the big question Joe Rogan always raises: how will this affect his boxing ability? Adding that much mass changes everything. Your footwork slows down. Your cardio becomes harder to maintain, and your gas tank gets pushed in ways you're not used to. Especially since Jake has never fought at this weight before and is stepping into completely new territory. Rogan pointed out that while the extra muscle might slow him down, it could also give Jake more knockout power than ever. He already had real pop in his right hand, but now, with an additional 20 to 30 pounds of mass behind those punches, the impact could be on an entirely different level.
Number-wise, the biggest fight in boxing history. Ever. Viewed. The biggest viewed fight in boxing history ever. And there's been some great fights over time. That is insane, isn't it? And the highest paid fighters as well. What Jake Paul, they're an estimated £170 million split between these two. But Jake Paul, is he really that deluded that he thinks he's going to go in there and beat Anthony Joshua?
Do you think he thinks he can do it, Simon?
I don't know what
he's not short in confidence.
I don't know what he thinks, but what he does do is he markets himself in the space that he operates in. I don't get this Jake Paul or Logan Paul phenomenon, but I'm not the audience. It doesn't matter what I get. The opportunity for Netflix is that it's a drive to subscribe. They'll pay $100 million, and the wraparound fees that come from sponsorship and the event attendance. We saw that $20 million was generated in gate receipts for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. So we know this is a $160 million fight. We know that it makes sense to Netflix to do it because in the last fight that they had with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, they developed 2 million new subscribers. The average lifetime value of a subscriber is $900. So if you look at that and say they're going to generate $2 billion in potential increased revenues as a result of paying these fighters $100 million, you can see the metrics of it. They're also retaining their base. They're also moving content into a different space, which is sport. So it all makes sense. It's like the mobile phone industry that I knew very well. Used to sell phones for nothing so people could get the airtime, and the airtime was where the money is. The content delivery is where the subscribers go to, and then they pay the subscription. So we all understand the model. As far as the fight is concerned, oh no, don't be silly. I mean, Anthony Joshua can go in his nightgown and beat Jake Paul. The issue is, does he hurt Jake Paul? How curated it is? I debated it with boxers, with Paul Smith and Duke McKenzie and Spencer about would Joshua go in there with a mindset, which is he knows he doesn't have to get out of second gear, so he doesn't have to do to Jake Paul what people fear he might do, which is knock him into the next life.
From a Disney kid to YouTube he can fight anyone and get views and make fucking money. This crazy wild boy sends out the bat signal, the British bat signal for Anthony motherfucking Joshua. You know how crazy that is? I will say this. I don't think any of Jake Paul's fights are fixed in any capacity. At all. Not even close. I don't get down that narrative. Again, I know online that's a fun narrative, all that shit. I will say this though. My spidey senses will go off if Anthony Joshua doesn't absolutely mop the floor with him. Now, kudos to Jake for taking this fight. My God, dude, you are a brave young man. You deserve every cent for that fight. My word, dude, there's so much respect So much respect. He worked so hard at the craft. That's amazing. Kudos to you. Here's the reality. Anthony Joshua is a gold medalist in the Olympics. He's a multiple-time world champion. He's fought the best of the best. He's not really over the hill either. If Jake Paul was just another boxer with his resume and his experience, you know, he's about a mid-blue belt. If we're giving you belts like jiu-jitsu, he's probably a blue belt, fighting in main events and all this stuff. If this fight isn't an absolute domination by Anthony Joshua, my spidey senses will go off. Now, that's not to say that I'm not saying Jake Paul has any language in the contract. There's no foul play whatsoever on Jake Paul's part. My skeptical hippo eyes or my spidey senses will come off that Anthony Joshua's not taking this real and he's not putting his best performance forward.
Paul may have the power to hurt AJ if he lands clean. But landing on a former heavyweight champion who spent his career fighting giants is a completely different challenge. Joe Rogan explains that Joshua's size, experience, and ability to control distance make this fight dangerous for Jake, who is stepping into a Jay's world. Putting on weight doesn't make him a natural heavyweight, but Jake's biggest weapon is his unshakable confidence. The same mindset that's helped him shock MMA legends in the boxing world before. If he wins, it will be through chaos, speed, and unpredictability, catching a Jay with a shot he doesn't see coming. This transformation shows one thing. Jake Paul is all in, taking the biggest risk of his career without hesitation.